Hello student, I'm here with the revision of the chapter 5, that is the fundamental units of life. Now the fundamental unit of life chapter require little revision as you are about to proceed with your PT1 examination. So here is a video. Hope this will help you with your revision part. Now coming to the introduction of the chapter. We all know that the body of all organism is made up of very small unit which is known as cell. If we talk about cell then it is capable of independent existence, अपने आप को अलग से show कर सकता है and carry out all the functions which are necessary for all living beings. Now cell is the smallest structural unit of life which is also known as building block of the body or building block of the life. Now, the study of cell is known as cell biology or cytology, and the person who study about that is known as cytologist or cell biologist. The number of cells in a plant and an animal cell varies from species to species. Species matlab प्रजाति, like mango and banana. तो मैंगो के जितने भी टाइप्स होंगे उनके सेल्स और बनाना ट्री के सेल्स दोनों के डिफर करेंगे. Now, it has been estimated that humans contain somewhere around 40 trillions of these cells. And if we talk about the brain of human being, then its brain itself consists of 80 billions of these cells. So you can understand how many cells are present in our body. Again, I'm giving the definition to you all. It is cell is the structural and functional. Sorry, the cell is called the fundamental, structural, and functional unit of living organisms and basic unit of life. This is the specific definition from our book. You need to learn this definition. Now, the discovery of cell was done by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. He was the very first person who saw the cells in the bark or the thin slice of the cork. He observed that just like a honeycomb structure or the organization is composed of small compartments, and he named these compartments as cell, which is known as a little room in Latin language. He used cork, so I'm just showing you the diagram of the cork. This is the structure of the cork, and you can see its microscopic view also. Now here's an activity from our book, that is activity 5.1, which is asking us to peel an onion and to observe it under the microscope. When we peel the onion and we observe it under the microscope, we have to take a cover slip and a slide. Now slide and cover slip are the glass materials which are used in biology practicals. आपको slide को लेना rectangular होती है, उसके ऊपर फॉरसेप की हेल्प से आपको वो पर्टिकुलर अनियन पील को प्लेस करना है एंड देन कवर स्लिप से कवर करना है और मिथिलिन ब्लू डाई डालना है. नाउ मिथिलिन ब्लू एक कलर होती है जो डाई का रोल प्ले करता है, जो कलरिंग का रोल प्ले करता है, जो सेल को ब्लू कलर प्रोवाइड करेगा. बीइंग ट्रांसपेरेंट इन नेचर हम उसके पार्ट्स को नहीं देख पाते हैं, कंपोनेंट्स को, बट जैसे ही उसके अंदर ब्लू कलर कर दिया जाता है it becomes easier for us to visualize all the components. अब इसको देखने के मिथिलिन ब्लू डालने के बाद कवर स्लिप लगाते हैं. कवर स्लिप का काम होता है मिथिलिन ब्लू डाई को गीला रखना ताकि सेल के जो पील है वो गीली रहे और इजीली विजिबल हो सके. आफ्टर दैट जब उसको कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप की हेल्प से हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं तो सच टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर इज विजिबल टू अस. सी दीज आर द कंपार्टमेंट्स और द ब्लॉक्स जो ब्रिक के जैसे लग रहे हैं. ये सारे के सारे स्ट्रक्चर्स जो हैं सिंगल सिंगल स्ट्रक्चर सेल होते हैं. यू कैन हैव अ लुक एट दैम. देन सम लीव्स एंड फ्रूट्स लाइक अनियन पील्स, उनके लीव के ऊपर एक स्किन होती है जो एक वेल डिफाइंड सेल वॉल और न्यूक्लियस को शो करता है, इसीलिए हम उसको अनियन पील को या रियोस लीव को यूज़ करते हैं. ये जो सेल्स होते हैं ये डायरेक्टली सिंपल माइक्रोस्कोप और कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप में ऑब्जर्व करे जा सकते हैं और इनको डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. Then coming to cell theory. Now cell theory states that all living organisms are composed of cells and cell is the fundamental unit of life. Also, all new cells come from pre-existing cells. That means जितने भी living organisms हैं वो सेल से मिलके बने हैं या एक सिंगल सेल से बने हैं. सेल जो है वो हमारी लाइफ की सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट फंडामेंटल यूनिट है जो डिसाइड कराती है हमारे पूरे बॉडी फंक्शंस को. जितने भी न्यू सेल्स होते हैं वो ओल्ड सेल से आते हैं. द मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ सेल like from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, like that multiplication is for 4 to 16, that multiplication is there. तो उसमें होता क्या है कि ओल्ड सेल से ही न्यू सेल की फॉर्मेशन होती है. Coming to types of organisms on the basis of number of cells, there are two type of organisms: unicellular organism and multicellular organism according to the cells. We have unicellular organism जो एक सेल से बने होते हैं, अमीबा, पैरामीशियम, यीस्ट, बैक्टीरिया, यूक्लिना. these are the examples जो एक सिंगल सेल से बन के अपने सारे functions सिंगल सेल में ही करते हैं. We have multicellular organism which includes all the plant varieties, animals and we humans, which have many cells which perform different functions. Coming to difference between unicellular and multicellular organism. Now unicellular जो सिंगल सेल से बने, मल्टीसेलुलर जो मोर देन वन सेल से बने. यूनिसेलुलर बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सिंपल होती है, मल्टीसेलुलर की कॉम्प्लेक्स होती है. जो सिंगल सेल रहता है वो सारे फंक्शंस को कैरी आउट करता है, जितने भी उसके बॉडी के लिए ज़रूरी होते हैं फंक्शंस को, और वही मल्टी सेलुलर में अलग अलग सेल परफॉर्म करता है. यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर नहीं होता है. डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर मतलब अलग अलग बॉडी पार्ट्स अलग अलग फंक्शन करें. वहीं हमारे अंदर मल्टी सेलुलर के अंदर डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर होता है जो कि सेल लेवल, टिश्यू लेवल, ऑर्गन लेवल एंड ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल की फॉर्मेशन के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है. यूनिसेलुलर के एग्जांपल है बैक्टीरिया, पैरामीशियम, अमीबा, ईस्ट. एंड मल्टी सेलुलर का ह्यूमंस, एनिमल्स, प्लांट्स, बर्ड्स, इंसेक्ट्स जो हैं ये सब एग्जाम्पल होते हैं. Coming to shape and size of the cells. Now shape and size of the cell varies from cell to cell. They may be oval, spherical, rectangular, spindle, totally irregular like nerve cells, and the size also varies from organism to organism. Like most of these cells are microscopic such as RBCs, while some are very large, that is nerve cell, which is the longest cell of the human body. These are the structures of the cells. RBCs are there, columnar epithelial cells are there जो हमारी small intestine की lining करते हैं. We have ovum cell, we have smooth muscle cells, we have nerve cells, bone cells and sperms. These are the cells. Then type of cells depending upon their existence. There are two types of cell: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Pro means primitive one, eu means recently formed one. Over here recently also millions of years, okay, but still the difference is given in such a way according to the name. Coming to difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Now prokaryotic cells, true nucleus or a well-defined nucleus is absent, while in eukaryotes nucleus is present. Prokaryotic cells are primitive and incomplete cells. They lack few of the cellular organelles, and eukaryotic are advanced and complete cells. Prokaryotic are always unicellular, while eukaryotes include both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Prokaryotic cells generally have the size between 1 to 10 nanometer, and eukaryotic have 4 to 100, 5 to 100 nanometer. It is not millimeter, it is nanometer. Then in prokaryotes nucleus is absent, while in eukaryotes nucleus is present. Prokaryotes it is single chromosome based. Eukaryotes more than one chromosome is there. Nucleolus is absent in prokaryotes while present in eukaryotes. Membrane bounded cell organelles are absent in prokaryotes, while membrane bounded cellular organelles are present in eukaryotes. And division of labor or is absent in prokaryotes, while division of labor is present in eukaryotes. Last point, cellular division takes place by the process of fission or budding in prokaryotes, while in eukaryotes mitotic and meiotic cell division. Mitotic and meiotic, two types of cell divisions are there, जिसके अंदर सेल जो रहता है वो डिवाइड करता हैगा या तो खुद से, दैट मीन्स एसेक्सुअली या फिर सेक्सुअली, जिसमें टू पेरेंट सेल्स होते हैं. Diagrammatic view again there. Prokaryotes do not have a nucleus. You can have a look at the diagram. Nuclear region is there but nucleus is not there. And prokaryotes do not have membrane bounded cell organelles. Membrane bounded cell organelles यानी mitochondria, plastid, chloroplast, ये सब नहीं होते हैं. Next topic from our NCERT book, that is what is a cell made up of, or what is the structural organization of the cell, from page number 59. Now, structure of cell generally consists of three components: cell wall or cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Cell wall and cell membrane. Now, cell wall is present in plant cell while absent in animal cell. Cell membrane or plasma membrane is the covering of the cell that separates all the cell components from the external environment. If we talk about cell membrane, so it is a living part of the cell which is present in plant and animal, both the cells. It is very thin, delicate, elastic and semi-permeable. Semi-permeable means it is selective. It chooses some parts to get inside while some are not allowed to get inside. It is composed of lipid and protein. Composition of plasma membrane is of lipid and protein. Functions. Now, functions of plasma membrane, as it is selectively permeable membrane, it allows the flow of limited substance. This I already told you. This thing, that selectively permeability can be explained with the help of a fluid mosaic model, which explain that plasma membrane is comprising of three components: lipid, protein and carbohydrates. But we include lipid and protein the main. इट इज़ हैविंग अ सैंडविच लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, जिसके ऊपर एक लेयर जो होती है वो ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स की होती है और नीचे लेयर होती है ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स की, और उसके बीच में उसका पूरा की पूरा पार्ट होता है लिपिड एंड प्रोटीन वाले पार्ट के अंदर का पार्ट होता है, ये सब उसका हेड पार्ट होता है. जो सर्कल बॉल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, दीज आर दी हेड्स, एंड उसके अंदर का पार्ट जो होता है वो टेल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है. Now, how can substance move in and out of a cell? That is a gaseous exchange between cell and its external environment. तो ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो रहते हैं वो मूव करते हैं सेल के अंदर बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिफ्यूजन. That is movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Now, जितने भी gaseous substance होते हैं उनकी tendency होती है कि less concentrated ताकि हायर से लोअर की तरफ, लेस से हाँ हायर टू लोअर की तरफ मूव करने की. तो इसी मूवमेंट को कैरी आउट करते हैं सेल के अंदर. नाउ डिफ्यूजन जो रहता है अगर समझना है तो बेस्ट एग्जांपल हमारे पास है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑक्सीजन का. जब हमारे बॉडी के अंदर या हमारे सेल्स के अंदर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का अमाउंट ज़्यादा हो जाता है, हायर हो जाता है, तो वो बाहर की तरफ मूव करती है कि कंपैरेटिवली टू हमारे बॉडी बाहर की तरफ लो का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होता है, तो हायर टू लोअर. सिमिलरली जब हमारे बॉडी में ऑक्सीजन का अमाउंट कम होता है तो वो बाहर से अंदर की तरफ आता है. डिफ्यूजन जो होता है वो सॉलिड, लिक्विड और गैस तीनों स्टेट्स में कैरी आउट होता है. नाउ मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर जो है वो सेल और इसके एक्सटर्नल सरफेस में ऑस्मोसिस के थ्रू कैरी आउट होता है, जिसमें हायर जो रीजन होता है, हायर टू लोअर रीजन, वहाँ पे सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन के थ्रू मूवमेंट कैरी आउट होता है. ऑस्मोसिस जो रहता है वो एक स्पेशल केस रहता है कंपैरेटिवली टू डिफ्यूजन, जिसके अंदर एक प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन और सेमी परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन होती है. नेक्स्ट, कमिंग टू टाइप्स ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. There are three types of solution: isotonic solution, hypertonic solution and hypotonic solution. Iso means same, जिसके अंदर सेम स्ट्रेंथ होती है कि सॉल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट की कंपैरेटिवली टू आउटर सरफेस. हाइपरटोनिक में क्या हो जाता है, हाइपर में अंदर की तरफ ज़्यादा होता है और बाहर की तरफ कम होता है. हाइपो में अंदर की तरफ सॉल्वेंट लिक्विड पार्ट ज़्यादा होता है, और सॉरी अंदर की तरफ लिक्विड पार्ट कम होता है और बाहर की तरफ ज़्यादा होता है. आइसो का बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है रेजिन जब फूल जाता है. हाइपो का एग्जाम्पल, एक रेजिन, ड्राई रेजिन जब हम लेते हैं किशमिश, तो उसके अंदर क्या रहता है, बिल्कुल भी वाटर का अमाउंट नहीं होता है। लेकिन जैसे ही हम उसको किसी लिक्विड के अंदर डालते हैं तो उसमें वाटर फिल्ड हो जाता है। ऐसा इसलिए होता है क्योंकि वो बाहर का जो भी पानी होता है उसको अंदर ले लेते हैं। एग्जाम्पल वी कैन टेक आइदर क्रिसमस पुडिंग और खीर, जिसमें हम जैसे ही किशमिश को डालते हैं तो वो स्वेल्ड हो जाती है और वो आइसोटोनिक में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है हाइपोटोनिक से। हियर एग्जाम्पल अगेन, हाइपरटोनिक में क्या हो जाएगा, प्लाज्मोलाइसिस होगा क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा पानी हो जाने की वजह से सेल जो रहेगा वो ब्लास्ट हो जाएगा। हाइपोटोनिक में क्या होगा, साइटोलाइसिस हो जाएगा क्योंकि पानी कम रहेगा तो सेल डिहाइड्रेटेड हो जाएगा। आइसोटोनिक में बाहर भी पानी है अंदर भी पानी है या सॉल्वेंट है तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, एक गुड कंडीशन हो जाएगी। कमिंग टू सेल वॉल, now cell wall is non-living, thick and freely permeable covering which is made up of cellulose. Cell membrane was made up of lipid and protein. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. It is present in eukaryotic plant cells and prokaryotic plant cells. Its function is to protect plasma membrane, provide shape and rigidity to the plant. It prevents desiccation or dryness of the cell. Also, it helps the transport of various substances from inside to outside of the cell. Coming to nucleus. Now, nucleus is a dense spherical organelle which is bounded by two membrane, and both the membrane forms nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope is having many pores that are known as nuclear pores. The fluid which is present inside the nucleus is known as nucleoplasm. Nucleus consists of chromosomes which carry genetic material DNA from one generation to another generation. Now, function of the nucleus. So, nucleus control all the metabolic activities of the cell. Metabolic activities of the cell, we have two types of activities which are carried on our body. Metabolic उसमें सबसे important होता है. Now it regulates the cell cycle. जब भी division of the cell होता है तो सबसे पहले nucleus divide होता है and then cell divide होता है. Nucleus also works as the storage house for the genes which are the important part for the hereditary. Now comes the part protoplasm. Now protoplasm जो होता है वो एक jelly like viscous colorless semi fluid substance होता है जो कि परकिंजी ने find out किया था. Protoplasm is of two types, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Plasm jelly like substance होता है. Cyto means cell में, nucleo means nucleus में. इन दोनों का combination होता है proto. Cytoplasm is part of protoplasm which surrounds nucleus. Nucleoplasm is the part of the protoplasm which is located inside the nucleus. Now the function of these two or the protoplasm itself is to store vital chemicals like amino acids, proteins and sugar, and it is the site for metabolic reactions. Now we'll study about cytoplasm in deep. It is a viscous jelly-like substance and colorless semi-fluid which occurs between plasma membrane and nuclear membrane. It is aqueous substance and it is known as cytosol. It consists of varieties of cell organelles and other insoluble waste products and stored products like starch, glycogen and lipids in itself. That means cytoplasm itself store all these things in itself. Functions of the protoplasm that I have already explained you. Coming to cell organelles. Now inside the cell there are different parts which perform variety of functions to keep cell alive and functionable. These parts of the cell are known as cell organelles. The very first part is the Golgi apparatus. Now I have not taken numbering from our NCERT book. I have taken numbering on my own, so you can go through them. Now, Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies consist of a set of membrane-bounded, fluid-filled vesicles or vacuoles and flattened cistern or closed sac. Membrane-bounded, fluid-filled vesicles and closed sac-like structure which is known as flattened cistern. Now, cistern or cistern are usually arranged in a parallel row to each other. The main function of a Golgi apparatus is to store food and its function is to store, modify, packaging and dispatching of these substances. पैकेजिंग एंड डिस्पैचिंग ऑफ द सब्सटेंस का रोल प्ले होता है गोल्जी एपरेटस के थ्रू. It is also involved in the synthesis of cell wall, plasma membrane and lysosomes. Synthesis यानी formation. Next, ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a membranous network of tube-like structure extending from nuclear membrane to plasma membrane. Nuclear membrane से plasma membrane तक extended होता है. ये normally prokaryotic cells और and matured RBCs जो होती mammals की उसमें absent होता है. Now, endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is present on the surface which helps in the synthesis of protein, while smooth endoplasmic reticulum is present absent, which is which is not having ribosomes, and it helps in the synthesis of lipid. Rough and smooth are having big difference. Rough is having presence of ribosomes while smooth are having absence of ribosomes. Rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesize proteins while smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesis or secretes lipids. This is the structure of rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The one having ribosomes, those dot-like structures, and the one which is not having dot-like structures. Coming to the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Now, endoplasmic reticulum gives internal support to the cell. It helps in the transport of various substances from nuclear membrane to plasma membrane or from plasma membrane to nuclear membrane. That is a vice versa process. Rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesize protein and smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesize lipid, and they do the transportation of the respective things. Coming to ribosomes, which are present on RER. Now they are extremely small, dense and spherical structures or the bodies which occur freely in the matrix or the cytosol or remain attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. They are made up of RNA and protein, that is ribonucleic acid and protein. Now ribosomes consist of two units, 50s units, 80s units and 30s units, then 80s units and 58 units. Total they form 70 and 30s units together. Large unit and small unit combine together to form a ribosome. Their main role is in the synthesis of the protein. That is why when they are present at RER, so they synthesize all those things. Now the location of the ribosomes in the cell is given. Coming to next fourth top cell organelle, that is mitochondria, which are small rod shaped cell organelles which contain their own DNA and ribosomes. They are absent in bacteria and cell structure of the membrane. They contain their own DNA and ribosomes. They are absent in bacteria and red blood cells of the mammals. Now the functions of the mitochondria. They are the site of cellular respiration which provide energy for the vital activities of the living cells. They store energy released during reaction in the formation of ATP, that is energy currency unit of the cell, because of which they are known as the powerhouse of the cell also, as they are having the capacity to store ATP and then break it down to ADP to give the energy whenever required. This is the structure of the cell, which is having outer membrane and internal membrane, its own DNA, its matrix, internal space and ribosomes. If we talk about cisternae or cristae, so that is the site where ATP is located. Coming to centrosomes and centrioles. Centrosome is found only in eukaryotic animal cell, which is non-bounded one and consists of centrioles. These centrioles are hollow cylindrical structures arranged at right angle to each other and which are made up of microtubules. You can have a look at the location of the centrosomes. This type of centrosomes are there, and this structure which are having hollow cylindrical like structure. Total they are 13 in number. Coming to the functions of the centrioles, they help in the cell division and also help in the formation of cilias and flagellas in the particular cell for locomotion. Coming to the plastids. Now, plastids are present in most of the plant cells and absent in the most animal cells. They are usually spherical or disc-like structures which are double membrane bounded cell organelles. They also have their own DNA and ribosomes. They are responsible for the functioning with the help of DNA and ribosome. This is the structure. You can have a look at them. Coming to types of the plastids, there are three major types of the plastids. Pro, Proplastid, that is having atoplastic, chloroplast and leucoplast. Chloroplast gives green color, leucoplast gives transparent color, while atoplast which combines again and gives yellow color. Color functions of the plastids. Plastids part is the chloroplast which traps solar energy and utilizes it to manufacture food for the plant. It is also having chromoplast which is important for the various colors of the flowers to attract insects. Leucoplast which helps in the storage of food in the form of starch, protein and fat. These are the functions of the respective parts of the plastids: chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Trapping of solar energy, giving color to the flower, then storage of the starch, protein and the fat. Coming to the seventh cell organelle, that is lysosome, which are small spherical sac-like structure which contain several digestive enzymes enclosed in the membrane. They are found in eukaryotic cells, that is mostly in animal cell. That is the location of the lysosomes and the internal structure. Internal structure is not in our syllabus, so I am not explaining it in the deep. Now, functions of the lysosomes. They help in the digestion of foreign substances and worn out cell organelles. They provide protection against bacteria and viruses. They help to keep the cell clean. Now, during the disturbance in cellular metabolism, like for example, when cell gets damaged, then lysosomes burst out and the enzymes digest that particular cell on its own. That is why lysosomes are known as suicidal bag or the digestive bags. Next is the vacuoles. These are the liquid solid filled membrane bounded cell organelles. If we talk about plant cells, so vacuoles are large and permanent, while in animals vacuoles are small in size and temporary. In a matured cell, vacuoles occupies 90% of the space of the cell. Due to this, due to its size, the other cell organelles including nucleus shifts towards the plasma membrane in the plant cell. Function of the vacuole. They maintain the osmotic pressure in the cell. Apart from that, they provide turgidity and rigidity to the plant cell. Osmotic pressure, that means movement of bottom solvent from a region of higher to lower concentration through a permeable membrane, and turgidity and rigidity, ठोसनेस और stiffness को provide करता है. Next, and the ninth one is peroxisomes, which are small and spherical organelles containing powerful oxidative enzymes. They are bounded by a single membrane. They are found in kidneys and liver of the living organisms. They are specialized to carry out some oxidative reactions like detoxification and removal of toxin substances. Now, apart from peroxisomes, other cell is also responsible for detoxification, but we are counting right now, studying with of this particular peroxisome. Even smooth endoplasmic reticulum also plays a crucial role in detoxifying many poisonous substances and drugs from the cells. So according to NCERT, we are counting SER for this purpose. Difference between animal cell and plant cell. Animal cells are generally smaller in size while plant cells are larger in size. Cell wall is absent, cell wall is present, which is made up of cellulose. Plastids are absent except in case of protozoan euglena. Plastids are present in plant cells. In animal cells, vacuoles are mainly small and temporary, while in plant cells they are permanent and large central sap vacuoles. Animal cells have centrosomes and centrioles. Plant cells lack centrosomes and centrioles. This is the structure of the plant and animal cell. Conclusion, if we talk about, so both plant and animal cells contain membrane bounded cell organelles like nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, peroxisomes, lysosomes, plastids. They all have a similar membrane structure as cytosol and cytoskeleton system. Plant cells can be larger than animal cells. The normal range of animal cells varies from 10 to 30 micrometers, and that of plant cell ranges between 10 to 100 micrometer. There I told you nanometer, but it should be micrometer. So keep that in mind. It will be only, that is micrometer. Your chapter gets completed here. Learn the functions of the all the cell organelles and all the parts of the cells. It will help you in your exam. All the best for your exam. Bye bye.